What's up, everybody? Real with Omar. Real people, real stories, real results, and sometimes real estate. Today's special guest, another blogger, internet personality, and I don't even know what else to call you. FranJez, right? FranJez from the Bronx.
No, born and raised in Yonkers.
Yonkers. See, I fucked it up already. All right, fine. Welcome to the show. I'm gonna get to know where you came from. So you got on my radar through someone else, but your big thing is food, right? That's your thing?
That's one of my things, absolutely.
Right. Okay.
Always loved food.
Okay.
Yeah, so I do food reviews, full form for YouTube.
Yeah.
Then I clip it up for every social media platform.
And I know we spoke off camera, but I want to talk about this on camera. You have is it a coaching system?
Yes.
I want to talk
It's like
about
life
that.
coaching.
Life coaching.
Yeah.
All right, so you're Latino.
Yes, Dominican.
All right. And mostly people like us, we don't get into life coaching.
100%.
All right, so let's talk about that. Like, I'm in real estate and mortgage. Nobody, they be like, who are you? I'm like, Brian Sirhan. I'm like, no, Omar.
Yeah.
So how did that come about? Like, what was the inception? What was the idea? Like,
I'll tell you the whole
how do you think
beautiful
about that?
story.
Yeah, let's hear about that. Yeah.
'Cause this is what I want.
This is what I'm really interested in.
Yeah, that's what I want to teach people. What helped me get out of that. I lived a pointless life my whole life. I was just drinking, partying,
Okay.
7 days a week. All I cared about, literally, my vacations were around partying.
Right.
My nights were partying. Everything. My lifestyle was just partying. That's all I gave a fuck about.
How far back is that? Is it like
I started before I had an ID. I used to use my brother's ID.
wow?
Yeah, he's 5 years older than me.
Okay.
So I was maybe 18.
And you
Getting
you-
partying with 21-year-olds. Like I was out there.
Yeah.
Then when I became 21, I was all in.
Next level.
And then I became a correction officer. I had a badge in my pocket.
Okay.
I was invincible.
Right.
So I got even deeper into partying. Now if I get pulled over, they let me go.
Just flash a badge, you out
Yeah,
there.
I'm good to go. They said get home safe.
Wow.
Yeah, no matter what, no matter how wrecked I was.
Wow.
DWI and everything. That didn't even stop me.
So wait a minute, hold on. So you were CO,
Yeah.
but you eventually got a DWO anyway.
While I was a CO.
While you were CO, because you were just too reckless.
And the reason I'm bringing it up from 18.
Absolutely.
Then I got to 20. Then I got 21. Now I'm legit.
Right.
Then I become a CO. Now I got a badge. So it's like my partying just got more reckless.
You thought you had insurance.
Yeah. like I was invincible.
Yeah.
I felt invincible.
Yeah.
So now I'm a CO and I'm pushing even further. I'm getting away with whatever I want. And then I get the DWI and that doesn't even slow me down.
Wow.
I keep going.
Damn.
What changed?
Come on, relentless pursuit.
No, I love
Not in a positive way.
because when you love something,
Yeah,
you'll do
pursue
anything
it.
to get that.
Yeah.
So my job was to fund that lifestyle and everything was just for that.
Yeah,
that
your
was
paycheck was
God.
to hang out.
That was God to me. That was everything to me.
Wow.
Partying, I still love it. It still lives inside of me.
Okay.
It's just not the same out there. If it was the same out there, I probably would still be partying. Pandemic ruined all that.
Okay.
But before the pandemic, I had a roommate move in with me. First time I ever had a roommate. And he was into self-development, heavy.
Okay.
His whole life. He's a devoted Christian.
Okay.
He reads books, listens to podcasts. I didn't know anything about anything that he was doing.
Right.
I grew up Catholic, Dominican. That's a very traditional religion for Dominicans. But I never believed it. It didn't seem believable to me.
Oh, okay.
When I did my, when I was doing my communion,
Mm-hmm.
my mom set me up to do my communion. I don't know, maybe 10 years old, whatever age it is. And I told her, I don't want to do this. I don't believe in this stuff.
Oof.
Don't make me do my confirmation after this.
Traditional
please.
mom. How'd you take that?
And she hated it because she wants me to get married in the church, and that's the way you do it.
Yeah.
You need the communion, you need the confirmation, blah.
You need the 3 sacraments to be able to get married in church. Yeah. I know a story. I'm Puerto Rican.
Yeah. But for the viewers,
But yeah, traditional Latino families are usually that's the way, especially heavily Catholic.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Stay in the house, get married. That's when you move out.
Yeah.
Don't move out and be a single guy. You're gonna go crazy.
Yeah, do drugs.
Yeah. I could be partying 7 days a week.
Yeah.
So she accepted it. She said, "All right, no confirmation." Oh, and she told me, she was like, "I want you to get married." She straight up said, "I want you to get married in church. You need confirmation." I said, I said, I don't want to get married."
Wow.
Like, let's say I
This is how old? 10 years old?
probably like 10. Yeah, but it's weird. I said all these things.
You had these.
But the subconscious mind is strong, and that's actually part of what I teach.
Okay.
Because I'm saying these things out loud and I'm believing them. I told I want a kid when I'm young. I don't want to get married. I don't need a confirmation because I'm never going to be married in a church, and I don't believe this stuff anyway.
Wow.
And I lived that way for years because I just put that and set it in my subconscious that this is my truth.
Right.
And it happened. I had a kid when I was 20.
Mm-hmm.
Still not married. And what was the other one?
Not married, not married kid, and you just didn't believe.
Didn't believe.
believe.
So I was not believing nothing. When people brought up God and I'm like, yo, get out of here. Like This guy walked on water. His mom was a virgin. Like, yo, these are fake stories that you guys like. I'm like, these are stories
When
that
you say it like that,
right? these are stories that are like metaphors, and it's like to teach you. It's like a dense self-development book. That's what I told people. It's a great book if you want to live that good lifestyle. Right. It's a great way. It's a great roadmap to a good, healthy, beautiful, positive life.
Right.
I understand that, but it's a fake book. I'm always been shutting it away.
I don't subscribe to that thinking. I got you.
Always shutting it away.
Yeah.
So then this guy that becomes my roommate.
Well, before you get there, how'd you get the roommate? You need a roommate, but how'd you get him?
So I was dating these girls.
He's so not you. Like usually you hang out with people like you, right?
Because I don't like bringing up the ex. And that's his cousin. Okay. So I was dating this girl for like maybe 3 months, 4 months, whatever it was. Okay. I met him. I think it was at Thanksgiving or something. I went to her house with her family, met him, and then she told me, and this was stuck out originally about this kid. I met him. He's nice. Hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, if he wants to hang out with you. No. We exchanged numbers at the end of the night. Okay. We went our separate ways. I think it was maybe the next day or maybe sometime within that week after Thanksgiving. I told her, oh, me and your cousin exchanged numbers. Yeah. We're talking about hanging out. She's like, if he wants to hang out with you, that means he believes in you and you're a somebody, because he doesn't hang out with people that are nobody.
That's a big statement.
And I'm like, oh shit, that's
a big
official.
Statement. Yeah, it's
like,
a big
cool,
statement.
All right.
Okay.
And then, long story short, we get very cool. It's weird because I'm into partying and doing nothing, and he's into all this. But I don't know.
He's Latino also.
Dominican. Well, both Dominican.
Both Dominican. Okay.
So I don't know. Something clicked where he saw something in me, but my lifestyle was just partying at the time.
Right.
So me and her lasted maybe like 4 months, whatever that was. And then I forgot how, but we ended up still talking, hanging out, getting to know each other. He needed a place. I was like, I'll rent my living room around to you. I never even use it, literally. I'm always in my room. In my bedroom is where I do all my editing, everything. So I was like...
So you were already doing video stuff?
Since I was a kid. Since I was in junior high school.
So you've been in this game for a minute. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've always been making videos.
Okay.
Always been into music. Always been
self-taught?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. You self-taught, and then YouTube helped me a lot.
Of course. Right.
All that good
YouTube
stuff.
University.
YouTube University. But yeah, overall self-taught.
Okay.
So he moves in, and I'm inviting him out. Yo, let's go to the club. Let's go to the bar. Let's get. Let's drink. Let's do. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna read this book. Nah, I just got this podcast. It just came out. I want to listen to it. Yeah. I'm like, what's wrong with this kid?
Yeah.
Like, that's so weird. Like, you could do that tomorrow. Like,
so weird to you.
But yeah. So just living with him, I started just hearing and taking these gems. So I think the first step, if I can't remember exactly the first step, but I believe it was the 4 Agreements. I got that book. Okay. And I have 13 books that I recommend people. That one's number 1. The 4 Agreements. Because it's short, it's straight to the point, and it just begins to open your mind to what the fuck is really important. Okay. That was definitely the beginning of everything, that book. I don't like promoting this because you have to do this very strategically and spiritually and mindfully, but mushrooms helped me a lot too. Okay. 100% mushrooms helped me a lot.
Okay. Opened up your creativity, or just opened you to new thought patterns?
I used to take it to be creative. I used to literally take it, listen to music, try to write a song. It never worked in the moment. Okay. So I thought, like, I don't know, I don't get it. Like, some people say they use this to open, and then I realized it's medicine. You're not supposed to be taking medicine and trying to be creative at the same time. The medicine helps you, and then afterwards, your enlightenment, you go and be more creative. Okay. Because it's a 6-hour process that wipes all the bullshit out of your brain that doesn't matter. Okay. It's literally God's medicine. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. I recommend it to everybody, but I don't like preaching it too much because some people abuse it. You do it the wrong way. If you do it in the wrong headspace, that's when you get a bad trip. Right. Because what mushrooms does is it makes you think about what you need to think about. All the stuff you keep sweeping under the rug, it rips that rug off, and it makes you focus on what you've been dodging your whole life.
Everything you've been suppressing.
And that's the shit that people don't like. That's the bad trips. Like, oh, that was horrible. I thought about blah, 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 blah. Nah, I never want to think about that stuff. Yeah. I'll never do mushrooms. And they think negative about it. And then they spread that negative connotation on you.
Yeah, I got you.
And that's how it all starts. So, started reading books. I left corrections a few months later. Like,
how many years did you do at corrections?
8.5.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. 2010 to 2019.
Okay.
So 6 months later, I forgot what the exact timeline, but I think it was about 6 months that I started reading books and going hard into like searching for meaning. I started coming back on the drinking and the partying, reading a bunch of books, understanding what the fuck this kid is talking about in the next room. Yeah. And it was a big ripple effect that opened my mind to freedom and time is the most valuable thing we have, and I'm wasting mine in prison. Nobody wants to be in prison. You're locked in prison because you can't be in society. But for a paycheck, I'm throwing myself inside of there.
Yeah.
So that, like, the self-development, the mushrooms, everything just opened my mind to what's really important.
Right.
Once my mind started shedding the bullshit, it's like, okay, what am I going to really give a fuck about now? Like, if partying is a waste of time.
What's my truth?
Yeah,
right?
and at the same time, when I was a CO, I was doing physicals 2 times a year.
Physical what?
So my physicals I was always AC. Oh, physical.
Physical.
Yeah,
Okay.
physical exam through my
Medical
doctor.
physicals. Okay.
So I was always passing with flying colors. Amazing. Everything was always great. Within like a year or two, before, I think it was like when he moved in, it was around that time. I can't remember the exact timeline, but my doctor was telling me that I had high blood pressure and I had too many enzymes in my liver. I was also 210 pounds. I was much bigger than this. I'm about 40 pounds less right now, 170.
Okay.
That's where I try to keep it 170.
Okay.
So I was heavy, very unhealthy, but I'm not even noticing this
Right.
because the lifestyle is everything. The weight gain, I didn't even think about it. I was eating out every night. Fast food,
Processed
fried
foods,
food,
yeah,
processed foods, all that.
Yeah, I got you.
So that and too many enzymes in my livers from drinking too much alcohol.
Yeah.
So that meeting my roommate, him moving in, me seeing the lifestyle, the mushrooms, it all started like that was all the big change. That was the big bubble that was like impacting my life. Like, yo, look at these things that are impacting your life in a different way. You're seeing life as in just partying and go mode and just chaos. I loved chaos. I wanted every night to top the night before. Like I loved that.
Why do you think you love that so much?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Being Dominican, I grew up around alcohol, partying.
No,
it was a part of my house every day.
You grew up around a little bit of chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was partying every day.
So you were looking
family
for like,
living room dancing all night. Yeah, that's what it was. So alcohol and partying was so normal to me. That's in my subconscious.
So you thought this is have to be all the time. Yeah.
My whole father's side of the family are drinkers.
Okay.
So automatically, I'm like, that's 100% what I'm going to be.
I'm asking you a question. If it's personal, please just tell me, yo, I don't talk about that. Are they alcoholic or drinkers?
I would call it alcoholic.
Okay.
To them, they're drinkers.
Yeah.
They do it every day.
Yeah.
And it's funny because there's levels of alcoholism. Yeah. Some people say, oh, I don't need it. I just want it. That's what I used to say. No, I don't need it. I just want it.
Yeah. Exactly. Rejuvenation is best.
But there's levels to it. Like maybe your alcoholism is to help you're confusing yourself that you think it makes you feel better in certain situations. So in a club setting, maybe you need to get wasted just so you can fit in and feel comfortable.
To loosen you up.
If you're sober, you're not going to want to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what's your relationship with alcohol now?
I was wasted yesterday.
I thought you were gonna have like some big revelation.
Nah. It's my lifestyle. Yeah. I love it. It's still my lifestyle. I want to do it forever, but I do it a lot less. Now I do it only when there's an event. I used to do it every day on purpose. I wanted to drink so bad, I'll find a party to go to just so I could drink. But now it's like.
The fact that you're honest about it is the best.
I love honesty.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people hate me, and a lot of people love me because I'm honest. And I'm blunt, and I'm black and white.
You gotta love you for being honest.
Yeah, I hate the emotions and the what ifs.
No,
let's get straight to the point.
What happens is that people take a lot of things personally. And the thing is, whatever you were doing has nothing to do with me.
100%.
Same way, like, when I tell people, hey, man, he's like, yo, I'll give you an example. I'm in the finance bill, right? So it's always almost like a leverage game. Like, yo, I did this for him, I did that. One day I took it all away. I said, look, whatever I do for you has nothing to do with you. It's who I am. So if you skunk me out the deal, it's all right. Because not that I want it, but it all evens out at the end, right? And I'm not wishing that on you, but that's just kind of how the world works. And I've learned that. I've taken some L's and like, I'm good. Just, it's who you are. Going back to you, like, if people can't handle honesty, then they're not the people for you.
You're not in my circle.
Right. Absolutely.
Like, I can't be blunt with you. I got to watch what I say. Yeah. Now I have to think about your feelings when I speak to you.
Yeah.
Fuck your feelings.
It takes too much.
I hate people.
Bandwidth, right? It takes too much bandwidth.
I have time for your feelings. Yeah. Straight up. I have I don't want to talk to your feelings. I want to talk to you. Can you put your feelings aside so we can speak? Put your ego in the room. Let's tell the room. That's your home, bro. What are we doing? Especially if it's a business setting.
Yeah.
Bro, this is business. Why are your feelings here?
Yeah.
Get them out of here. This is numbers. This is black and white. Feelings don't fit here.
Yeah.
You can't calculate feelings.
Absolutely. That's a big thing, man. I mean, also it takes a little bit of some sort of education to understand that, right? Like, hey, man, it's
emotional intelligence.
It's not personal. It's just this, right? And
a lot of people are not emotionally intelligent.
Absolutely. I think that word has been used unusually a lot lately because I think we've become aware of it. And I think we have to kind of, like, the new thing is also, and not that I have a problem with it, but I do find it a little funny because I'm a little bit of an OG. everything has to have a label. I'm like I had trauma. Look, we all had trauma, bro. We all had trauma. No, I'm not making light of it. But don't stay stuck there.
100%.
Work on it and go. It just leads into self-development. You have to address it.
You have to work through it.
Work right, and you have to face it, put it behind you. You can't just ignore it or suppress it because then it shows up at the worst time, right? When you have no tolerance for anything else,
100%.
That homeboy or homegirl is going to jump out and just...
That carpet's going to say, I'm
it's going to destroy the room, right? All right, so we're doing mushrooms. We're doing self-development. We're not drinking. Well, we're drinking less now.
A lot
right?
less.
And what's the next step for you? What's the next step?
All right, so I definitely leave corrections.
Okay. So you
I wrote my letter, my resignation
basically
letter.
It was like, yo, this thing healthy for me. Okay, right? Was that
100%?
Okay, so
100%.
Listen, you're seeing people. You see, no offense,
the worst of the worst.
If you're in jail and watching this show, my bad, but
they get it. But they don't even like it there.
They're the worst.
It's right? Hell.
They're the worst examples of humans that we could have. So to be around that all day, come on, bro. It's a toxic environment, of course.
People in there act so different too.
Really?
Because if you act wild in the streets, you might act wilder because now it's like, oh, nobody's really judging.
There's no repercussions. Right.
Like everybody's even wilder than me, so I can act even crazier.
Right.
And it's accepted and it's normal.
Yeah.
Everybody knows crazy, so that they amp it up.
I've had different people on my podcast. Some guys done like 15 years, some 20 years.
Yeah.
And I've heard the stories. And one guy spent like 8 years in solitary. And he was just like, he's like, I went in there. He's telling me how like they initiate you, like the guards, the count, and this and that, and you're fighting. And he's like, my hands. He like really described one event where he was like, my hands are swollen. And it's back to normal. He's like, this shit was crazy. Like he was like, I hate this.
Yeah.
He ended up getting out 8, I believe. But yeah, but we're laughing. But you think about that.
I hate this.
Yeah, you're like you're in there. You're an animal. You're numbered, and you're being treated as one. Like
100%.
I don't like because as a CEO, you have to have a guard up because you don't know these guys might try to kill you, right?
100%.
It becomes that
100%.
You're around people that you can't trust all day.
We're taught to treat each and every one exactly the same.
Okay,
because we don't know.
Right.
This guy's a pedophile. This guy just got a bunch of speeding tickets, DWI, whatever.
You don't know.
Treat them the same.
Right.
Treat them the same. Don't treat the pedophile worse just because you know what he did.
Right.
Treat everybody the same.
Do you guys get told what to do, or you eventually just find out? But you find out through the grapevine. Right.
There's a computer that everybody can look up. Not everybody. There's certain posts in the facility that have access to the computer. You can look everybody up. Also, it's public information. Right. You could go home and Google an inmate's name and the number. Everything comes up. So I never did that because I don't want to know. I want to treat everybody the same.
Yeah.
But like coworkers will say, yo, you know what he did? Like it happens.
Yeah.
That's the guy that did that. That's like, it's like, all right, cool. Like, damn, now I look at him a little weird.
Now I have to, right?
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
So I'd rather not know and just treat them all exactly the same.
That was a good business model. I appreciate that.
Straight up.
So, all right. So you're like, yo, thank you for your time. I'm leaving.
Yeah, I said, all the blood, sweat, and tears I shed in this place is not worth it. Thank you for the opportunity. All this shit, I said. But I can't do it no more.
Okay.
You seen Go Will Hunting?
Yeah.
I gotta go see if that a girl.
Girl, yeah. That's exactly.
I should have ended it like that.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
was my way out. I didn't even care how professional it sounded.
Right, you just wanted to.
From the heart, I let it.
Well, at least you knew. Because some people spend 20 years like
the whole thing. It's 25 max, but some people do 40 because it's just now they built the lifestyle they need to fund.
Right.
Now they're fucked.
Yeah.
And they also make it comfortable for you. They give you 6 weeks paid vacation.
Okay.
They give you so many good benefits. They want you to stay.
Right.
Medical's the best. Everything's the best. They'll treat you whatever you need.
As long as you get to work.
Get to work and don't commit a crime. You commit a crime inside, they're like, I don't even know that guy. Yeah. Wow. It's bad. Yeah.
Okay.
They don't help you with lawyer, nothing. They suspend you and say, all right, let us know what happens in court.
You're talking about the CEOs that like get caught up in like bringing stuff.
Even there, anything. Yeah, ones that bring stuff in.
What about the ones beating the?
Those too, yeah.
Oh, so they get thrown to the wolves.
Oh, absolutely. Find yourself a lawyer. Let us know what happens.
We'll let you know if you come back to work.
Yeah, straight up.
All right.
We'll see what happens. We'll read the documentation. And we'll let you know if we want you back.
Wow.
Yeah, it's wild.
Good to know. So, Department of Corrections, thank you.
Oh,
all right, so you're out of there. So what's your next step? Did you have a next step or you just say, I'm out of here?
No next step.
Okay.
Well, in the meantime, I was into stocks heavy.
Okay.
Stocks were doing pretty good.
You editing videos and stocks.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, this kid got me into stocks.
I want to get some narrative for people to understand. Like it wasn't you just doing one thing. You were dabbling. Yeah.
It's always videos. And then the roommate, he got me into stocks.
Okay.
So I started messing with stocks a lot. When I left corrections, I cashed out the 401k, all that stuff, whatever it's called. They have a different word for it, but it's all that stuff.
Right.
And then I got heavy into stocks, and I was doing that for a few years.
Okay.
And then part-time, I was working on my friend's electric company, Macintosh Electric in Yonkers. I grew up with them, like family friends.
Okay.
Operating for over 30 years. Father built the company from the ground up. Now the sons run it.
Nice.
It's a notable company.
Okay.
It's a very good company.
Okay.
And I did that for a few years. I recently just left it to go all in on I have a recording studio now in Yonkers called the Yonkers Studio.
The Yonkers Studio, I've heard it. Yeah.
My partner produces music side. I produce the podcast. I produce my podcast there, and I have clients that I produce their podcast.
Nice. Okay.
And I do social media management for a few businesses around Westchester and content creation. And I've been teaching classes lately. I teach a podcast class, a social media class, and my Live Life Weekly, which was your original question.
Right. We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it.
One question, it was still on it.
That's cool. It's cool.
No, because the depth of that question is Live Life Weekly is the accumulation of the last 6 years of my life. When I met this guy till now, because I'm still reading books, I'm still growing and learning, because we never
stop learning.
Yeah, we're never there.
Yeah.
We're always learning. And
we're always in pursuit of perfection, but we're never going to get there.
Boom, exactly.
As long as you're aware of that, you should be all right.
Exactly. You know, it's funny, when I was young and dumb, I used to say, practice makes perfect. What's the point of practicing with no one's perfect? I used to tell people, don't even worry about that shit. You can't be perfect at that. I was like a negative guy.
I heard this yesterday. CrossFit is rebranding itself, and practice makes it permanent. I like that.
Practice makes it permanent.
Because whatever you practice makes it permanent.
If you do it enough. Yeah, if you do it
enough,
100%.
it becomes permanent. Party.
If you're working on the muscles, those muscles.
Not just there.
No, but
here,
that's one example.
Right? Yeah, here, right.
Yeah.
So their whole thing is against big pharma and stuff. But I speak to a lot of people about, they always ask about like consistency or how do you get there? What do you do? And I'm like, every day.
Nike.
Every day. But every day. Not like I did it Monday. Where's everything? No. It could be years. It could be months. It could be whatever it's gonna be. But you got to wake up with faith, right, and believe in yourself and what you're doing.
100%.
So back to your life coaching.
Yeah. So Live Life Weekly. So yeah, it's the accumulation of from day one till now. All the books I read, all the wisdom, everything that helped me change. I was literally a really negative person. Now I'm the most positive person I know.
Okay.
So it's like whatever helped me to get here.
Let's flip that switch.
Everything, yeah. From the books I read to the mindset I have.
What about the people you're around?
So that's funny. Yeah. They say the 5 closest people around you are pretty much who you are.
Oh.
Dan Pena, show me your friends, I'll show you your future.
Yes.
So all my friends at the time are pieces of shit.
Sorry, friends.
No, I told them to their face.
Really? All about the feelings thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yo,
they don't take this person, but you're...
Yeah, 100%. I'm very honest with them, but they know. So I have friends that, like the guy I was with yesterday, I was drinking with. I knew him since I was a teenager.
Right.
So when I'm with him, that's what we're doing. We're drinking, we're having a good time.
Right.
But now I'm trying to build that strong, that tribe.
Okay.
I'm trying to find those 5 strong people, which I haven't found yet.
Okay.
I've been meeting a lot of amazing people, especially through podcasts.
Yeah. That's why I think it's it's very good for that.
Absolutely.
It's like the new, my man Drenstall said it. It's like the new shit. Like, it used to be going to the club, DJing, like, it's like, or be on the corner, right? Be on the corner. That's where you meet people, right?
Yeah.
We're going back, way back.
Yeah.
But now this is the new thing where you meet people in a good environment, not like fall down drunk, but you kind of
but
feel
some
the vibe.
podcasts are like that.
Yeah.
So you got the ones that are just
had a client
like Drink Champs, for example.
I had a guy who was like, "Yo, can I drink and smoke on your pot?" I was like, "This ain't Drink Champs." No, I was like, "It's not happening. It's not happening. I love you. You know who you are. I love you." I was like, "That's not the message, bro. Not happening. Go on Drink Champs." All right. So again, I'm sorry. I interjected when I said,
it's good.
"What about the people you're around?" Because these are real questions that I want. What I always try to do on a podcast is also give context, right? Because people be like, "Oh, he just changed by himself." Like, it's usually not by yourself. It's usually you get inspired somewhere, then you start executing, and now you have to, like you said, build your tribe or your proximity.
Yep.
You gotta basically either protect or ensure, however you want to fucking frame it, but you wanna maintain it, right? So you can build this cocoon, right?
Absolutely.
So you're looking for your 5, but you still hang out with the pieces of shit.
Because they're my friends.
Yeah.
Like, and they're still good people.
They're just good for certain things, right?
Now it's like, for party stuff, all in. Let's do that.
Right.
But I try to bring them on.
Right.
Like, yo, you read this book or
well, they got to be ready to hear you.
So I drop the little jewels.
Yeah.
If they're not ready to take it, they're not ready to take
Right.
it. But I still drop them here and there.
Right.
But they're still good people. They're still good friends. I know them since forever. So they're still my friends.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to find that tribe. So podcasting definitely helped. I've met a lot of people, but I still don't build a tribe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find people that are just gung-ho like me. I'm working every day. I'm editing every day. I'm doing something literally every single day. So I need those type of people.
Yeah.
I've been finding people like that.
Have you? Okay.
Because of the networking and the podcast.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah. And you find people, good people and not so great people too.
100%.
And that's fine too.
100%.
People
you
feel like
all types of people.
Yeah. But that's the one. Well, the thing is, sometimes people hear a story and they think that everything's up. I'm like, that's not how the story unfolds. The story will go through a valley and a peak, and you gotta
100%.
love those peaks because you go through that valley like, this fucking sucks, and then, oh shit, this is good, right?
100%.
And yeah, I have a couple of people like Dave Regina on here and stuff like that. And we talk about like not being okay is okay as long as you know it and you work through it.
100%.
Right. So again, back to your life coach.
Yeah. So we're all in the same realm though,
Right.
because everything you're saying is part of it. Because it's all the self-development stuff. That's all. It's like a core of all that stuff.
Yes.
So when I started writing it, I wanted to help someone meditate. That was really the beginning of me writing Live Life Weekly. It's like, how can I help somebody meditate? Because every time I ask somebody, have you tried? And they always say yes, but I either fall asleep or my mind just thinks of too many things. So I just stop. But there's no way that, like, you can't be a meditator. You practice meditation. Nobody's perfect at it.
Right.
You literally have to work at it at every moment. It's in the moment, in the moment, in the moment. That's meditation right now, right now, right now, right now, right now. So it's about being in the moment right now. So you can't be in the moment right now because you fall asleep. Maybe you're tired, so maybe you should meditate in the morning,
right.
or some in the middle of the day when you're wide awake. And if you're thinking of too many things and you can't meditate, then maybe you need to categorize your mind and your life a little bit. So Live Life Weekly, I created a whole way for people to categorize and quiet their minds. And the easiest way, and I want to do it relatable so it's easy and anybody can just plug these things into the life. So I created many tools. My favorite tool is called the Daily Domino. The biggest domino has 12 pips. The little circles are called pips. So 12 things a day that you should put on your daily domino, work towards them, because your daily domino, our whole lives is one big domino effect.
Okay.
Every day is one domino that drops and ricochets into the next day. Okay. So what you're doing today is going to ricochet into tomorrow, and so on and so forth. So when I was partying, that was all I gave a fuck about. My domino was, I need liquor stores close around 12 o'clock, so I got to make sure I get a bottle before work. Because when I'm locked in prison, I can't go to the store. Right. So before work, I got to pick up a bottle, make sure I got juice, ice, make sure I got my outfit ready to go. So when I get home after work,
just take a shower and go.
I got my bottle, I got everything to go. 7-Eleven's always open, so I was going to find a cup of ice, whatever we need to mix on the road. The 7-Eleven's all throughout New York City. That was us. We had the bottles in the car.
You planned out.
Everything's a plan.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I could play, like, my goal was partying, having a good time. So my whole life was set towards that. So if I could set my life towards meditation, what is it that I need? I need to quiet my mind because I'm always thinking about shit that I don't take care of. So what I need to do, take care of that shit. And if I can't take care of it right now, categorize it like, oh, that's something I got to worry about next month. So I don't got to worry about that right now. So when you're meditating and that thing from next month comes up, you say, you know what? I don't need to worry about that right now. Let's get back to meditation. So everything that comes up in your mind, when you're silent and you're not distracted, the things that come to your mind are the most important things you need to think about. So work through those things. Then you can start quieting your mind. Once you start categorizing all of these ideas, we have 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. Imagine trying to meditate with all these thoughts running through your mind and your whole life's chaos. Categorize, organize everything. That way you can quiet your mind and then you can meditate. So all that idea was like, how can I put this shit in words? So I started creating these tools. The Daily Domino is one of those tools, and that's my favorite out of all these tools because every day your decisions ricochet into tomorrow. It could be changing a diet. Let's say you want to stop eating fucking McDonald's every day. If you stop today, tomorrow you're going to remember because yesterday you skipped it. Let's say you have it 7 days a week, but that one day you skip it. Now the next day you're like, yo, I skipped it yesterday. Now that's in your mind that you did it, you can do it, and you could do it again. And you could skip McDonald's again. Choose a fucking salad instead from like I tell people a deli or a fucking pizzeria. You could find a decent meal at a pizzeria or a deli.
If
you
you
have
look
to
for it.
choose the right things.
Right.
Because they carry these items. They carry a good protein. They carry greens. They carry healthy shit. And they don't deep fry everything. You can find decent shit. And everywhere there's a deli and a pizzeria, there's a McDonald's. That's what I've tried to preach to people. Choose the better option. These are real healthy ingredients that they're using here. Raw, real ingredients. McDonald's has nothing raw and real.
Everything's processed.
So it's all those little things. So if you're on your daily domino, you say, you know what, I'm gonna hit a pizzeria instead of a McDonald's now. And now that's on your daily domino, ricocheting into tomorrow. And do that with everything. You're financially unhappy, create maybe what you can save, learn how to invest a little bit, make some fucking investments. I preach S&P 500 people all day. Mm-hmm. To me, it's weird to say this. People don't believe me, but I feel like it's the guaranteed way to invest. You're going to have your peaks, you're going to have your valleys, but it always goes up. You can have a fucked up 12 months. You can have 2 years of where the market's fucked up. But if your mindset is, this shit is going up no matter what, it's the top 500 companies in the whole world. Like, it's not good. Is it the whole world or the whole country?
In the country.
In the whole country.
Yeah.
So if these are the top 500 companies that are always being replaced by the countries that don't make the fucking list,
yeah,
how can you fail? Top 500 companies.
And the S&P 500 are the top 500 companies that gross the most product or make the most money. Just for the people who might not know what that is.
So little shit like that is what I preach to people.
Yeah.
So if you could fill up 12 things, but you could do 2 things a day. I say 12 because that's the biggest domino.
Right.
Just to keep it consistent, you know. Mm-hmm. If we're doing daily domino, just focus on 12 things. But you could do 3 things today. Mm-hmm. I got to worry about my finance. Like, it's the weekend. I want to maybe exercise. I'm going to go for a run in the morning. Mm-hmm. That could be the first pip. Exercise for the day crossed off. Let's say eating healthy. Plan your meals out for the day, some of the healthy shit. Check the next one off. That could also fall into finances. I didn't go out and eat. So right. that could be saving
$10 I could throw over there.
Yeah. Boom, I ate, I cooked healthy, I saved money, I exercised. Those are 3 or 4 things off your daily domino right there. You're good for that day. You don't have to go hard. You don't need 12 things for the day. Mm-hmm. But that's the main shit I want to teach. Work towards things, quiet your mind, that way you can meditate. Meditation is the best thing in the world because literally distractions are so popular because dopamine. I've been preaching dopamine heavy lately, where this is all dopamine, where we're striking our dopamine. Let's say our dopamine's at 100. They say sex and heavy drugs are the highest dopamine levels we can get. Okay. That's why people are addicted to fucking
sex and drugs.
Sex and drugs.
Yeah.
So when you're constantly hitting that dopamine and then you try to be normal at 100 where your regular base level is, you're fucked. You can't even, this feels like 50. This feels like 1.
Right.
Your base level feels like shit now because you're always touching the fucking, the ringer. You're always hitting at 1,000. So, yeah, all that shit.
And that I mean, look, I can correlate what you're saying to so many different things.
100%.
Those are patterns of addiction, right?
100%.
And
it's the dopamine.
And one addiction can translate into others, right? And what you said about, I like how you broke it down very, very basic, like, because I get the questions too, and they feel like it's
hard to explain sometimes.
No, they feel like it's too hard.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not too hard. I was like, you gotta change your habit. Then as you can, let's say, whatever, go running, change your diet, small things. Then what happens next, because thief is comparison is the thief of joy, right? Everybody's looking at people that have some sort of success, but what they don't understand is that we all start at the bottom. And it's really those habits that you form that when you form them when you don't have much, it compounds when you have a little more, right? It just, instead of, if you're a millionaire, but you're not just blowing money all day, you'll become a multimillionaire. Like, it just becomes that pattern,
Absolutely.
Right? And all we are patterns.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, people say, Omar, you're always up at 4. Yeah, that's my pattern. That's my pattern. If somebody wanted to come get me, they could probably figure it out. He'll be at the gym this time and this day. Yeah, all the shit we put on social media, right? He'll be at the gym at this. He's probably at the jacuzzi right now. My man hit me up.
Drown him.
No, my clients hit me up. You at the jacuzzi now? Like, what the fuck? But I understand. They're watching. They're watching. But yeah, like what I say is, it's all patterns, and it's all achievable. But you start where you start. You can't be on some, I want to get a Ferrari. Like, bro, get a Honda. Like, start where you are, man, and stop looking. I feel that, I don't know if a generation. Nah, I think that
it's human nature.
I was gonna say, I think that jealousy's been around forever.
100%.
Right? So
human nature.
So like, you're looking at that guy. Like, I was having a conversation with a friend. I said, "Look, man, you doing that? That's dope, bro. I'm happy for you." And he was like, "You being funny?" I was like, "No." I was like, "I love you." I was like, "It has nothing. It doesn't diminish me that you're doing well. If anything, it invigorates me. Maybe I should step my game up." That's all it is,
because
right?
People usually give the negative of that might fail. Oh, that's tough. Oh, I don't know if you should do that.
Or the must be nice. That's the one. That's the one I hear all the time. And I'm like, I kind of got like a little. I got like the callus already on my shoulder. I'm like, it must be nice. So I'm like, is it? Like, I get up every day. I do this. I do that. And like, I don't come from anything. So I'm like, I wanted something. I chased that relentless pursuit. I use that term, relentless pursuit, every day. Every day. It didn't work out today. All right, what about tomorrow? What about, like, it's like I was talking to somebody, I think last week, he was like, little kids, they're the greatest example. I want this. They're going to get it because they don't know no. They have no idea what no means. They hit their mom and dad enough. They're going to get it, right? They're the best salesmen. So you're like, yo, relentless, even if you don't feel good, get up anyway. Go. Even if it's a little crawl, just keep moving forward.
100%.
But me talking to you is easy, but people that maybe they don't come from much or are surrounded by people that don't believe that, it's hard. It's hard. I was telling, one kid came to me, he was like, yo, I want to intern for you. I was like, I'm not really built for that right now. And he was like, yo, I just don't want to be around my environment. I just want to be around somebody that maybe it's possible to change my life. And I respected that. And I gave him a chance. And you know what happened? He ain't show up.
Oh, my
He ain't show up.
God.
You know who I'm talking about. But it's all love. I'm not mad about it. But, yo, he got me with that hook. I was like, damn, man.
He wants.
Let me help this guy. And then.
But not bad enough.
Right. Yeah, no. Yo, man, it is like I said, doesn't diminish me. I'm like, yo, all right, the opportunity's there. Then this happened, that happened. You can't do that.
It's like everybody wants to be the boss, but it's the worst job. Boss is the hardest job out there. They just want the boss because the boss makes the money and the notoriety.
Let me add to what you're saying. If you're truly a boss, you can play any position.
100%.
Because I've been in rooms where guys are much richer than me, and I'm like, I'm third. Whatever I could do, because together
that's the right room to be in.
Together we could win,
100%.
right? But it becomes that whole posturing thing of like, I got to be in charge. I don't want to be in charge. Yo, being in charge sucks.
That's what I'm saying. People say, I want to be the boss. I want this. I want that. I wish I owned this. Bro, you know what responsibility that comes with? You know, insurance, bills, rent, blah, blah. Yo, heaven is just a storefront. It's so much.
Yes.
Like,
a brick and mortar.
People think it's so easy.
No. I mean, look, it is if you want it, but understand you're going to have to endure.
And hiring, right? It's difficult. Hiring alone is difficult.
Yeah. I'm not that good at that. I hire.
It's tough.
I'm good at hiring, but I'm bad at firing. But I'm getting better at that. Not
source to fire.
Yeah, and not an asshole type of way.
Yeah.
But I build a case. Like before, I used to be like, look, I don't think it's gonna work. Oh, why don't you think it's gonna work out? So now I'm like, remember, I'll send an email with the bullet points. Hey guys, remember this day? Remember that day? Unfortunately, due to these circumstances, and I laid out that way. They're like, okay.
Yeah.
They're like, obviously, I thought about this shit. I'm like, I'm sorry, this doesn't work. It doesn't. And you know, the one thing I tell some people, I'm like, we're just different cultures. I was like, and there's no offense. I was like, you got to find your tribe. Like, you not about that. You about getting a nice car and living in $1 million houses. That's cool. But it takes this. It takes this. And you're not willing to do this. And that's okay. It's like guys like, getting in shape is too hard, I was like, I get diabetes. Yeah. No, I'm like, get diabetes. Yeah. Which is your heart?
Yeah.
You pick.
Which heart you want?
You want me to chop off your toe now? Because it's going to happen. No. Yo, because I've been around that. I'm like,
100%.
Bro, I don't understand. Oh, are they making like, you know, some Kool-Aid shit? I'm like, bro, you like 40. Why are you drinking Kool-Aid? Oh, it comes down to education. It comes down to...
You're 40. Why are you drinking Kool-Aid?
Yeah, like, what the fuck are you doing? But, you know, I'm an asshole. I'm like,
that's true.
That's true. All right, so the Daily Domino, maybe everybody needs this.
100%. 100%.
So the Daily Domino is a coaching program?
Well, the Daily Domino is just one tool. And Live Life Weekly is the whole thing, what it's called, Live Life Weekly, which is where we work towards our big goals and everything just by the week.
And you have accountability sessions with your clients, like weekly. Well, break it down so if people are interested, they'll hit you.
Right now, it's so new. It's customizable per person.
Okay.
But my goal is to do at least one Zoom call a week.
Okay.
And unlimited text. Okay. Text me with anything. I'll help you with everything. Because I even break down diet, meal structure, exercise structure, fasting. I'm big into fasting.
Way of life shit. Yeah.
Everything. From finances to
what about reading?
I got the 13 books I recommend people. I got it in an order that I feel like it like slowly opens your mind to like just peace and who the fuck we really are. Because the human species, it's like you get a dog and you know everything. When you got to feed it, when you got to walk it, blah, blah, blah. You have a newborn baby every step of the way. You know everything. The doctor tells you every 4 hours, the burping, the come back for the shots, if it has a fever, all these details. You know exactly what to do with that baby. But once we're adults, who's telling us, yo, this is what you got to do, this time you should be sleeping this many hours. But Nobody tells us these things. That's where the self-development, that's where these books and all this knowledge comes from. Because a regular human walk around don't know shit what they're supposed to do with their bodies and their lives.
You're right. You're right. I feel that, like, talking to you, I have a certain type of attitude towards that. And my attitude has always been, anything I did, I really deep dove. Because I want to know, right?
100%.
Like, I want to know. Like, when it came to bodybuilding, I worked with Mr. Merck. When it came to whatever it was, I had to deep dive. But I don't know if most people can't do that. They don't have that personality, or maybe financially. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are a lot of barriers. Like, I was talking to my man, Chris Laura. We talk about the biggest barrier being finance. Like, people, they eat cheap because that's what they can afford, right? Like, of course, you can make better. And going back to what you're saying, giving them better options.
Absolutely.
But sometimes people don't know shit from shit.
100%.
Right? So, like, that's a really great ground level entry, because, you know, like, sometimes, like, somebody asks me a question, I'm like, I look at them, I'm like, are you really asking me that question? You really don't know that? Because to me, it's easy. It's basic.
You expect everybody to know, but no.
Because I run through so much.
Plus social media, we all have access to all this information.
Right. Well, that information about understanding is just fucking...
Yeah.
You know, there's crazy people just doing crazy shit. I'm like, they're like, yeah, I'm going to drink this. I'm like, what? No, you're not. And yeah. All right, so how did the food blog come? Like, you love to eat, but you dropped 40 pounds. Right. How was that journey?
The losing the weight?
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't on purpose to lose weight. Like, I never cared to have a specific physique.
Okay.
I don't want to be muscular or skinny, none of that. So the doctor tells me I got too many enzymes. I have high blood pressure. So I'm like,
how old were you at the time?
If I had to do some math, I left corrections in 2019. So I started doing self-development 2018.
Okay.
So I'd say around 2017, 2018 when my doctor started telling me these things.
How old were you?
All right. So I'm 38 now. And that was about 7-8 years ago.
30?
31.
So at 30, 31, you were getting that shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. No, because you still mad young, bro. Yeah. Like, whose chart is it? My father's?
Yo, I was always acing every physical. Everything's great. Oh, good.
And then bam.
Boom. I'm like, oh, shit.
He walked in and said, who? FranJez?
She's like, cut down on the salt and the alcohol. I was like, all right, cool. I could definitely do salt.
Salt. Got it.
Salt.
You didn't hear about the...
I didn't hear that. Salt and salt. Got it. No problem. So I definitely...
So you started running, like, off the top?
You know what's funny? I didn't exercise.
Mm-hmm.
I was just changing my diet.
Okay.
So I was definitely cutting out all the fast food.
Okay.
I started cooking a lot more. I started eating a lot more salads. My go-to was literally a can of tuna.
Mm-hmm.
I would throw it inside of if this to go to work. And what's the coleslaw? But the coleslaw you get in the bag. That's just it's just the cabbage.
So you mixed it together.
That's
a real bodybuilding fucking type.
I threw those together, and then I would take a salad dressing to work. And at the time, I was loving this avocado, like this healthy. Boathouse is the brand name.
Okay.
It's a refrigerated salad dressing, so that's how you know it's like some really fresh shit. It's not the shit that's sitting on
the fucking house.
Yeah, it's avocado. It's good. So that's what I was eating instead of bringing all this bullshit to work and eating before work and after work. So I just started eating cleaner and educating myself on low sodium eating.
Okay.
And then when I got this roommate, we started going to the gym. I still go to the same gym me and him signed up to, New York Sports Club.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to say which one.
But
New York Sports Club.
So the story of somebody killing in the jacuzzi one day. Don't do
The main reason is their sauna. I love the fucking sauna.
Yeah.
I'll go just for the sauna. I won't even work out.
Yeah?
On my lazy days,
Cover
just
days.
sauna.
Yeah,
I love that. So I started going to the gym literally with him next to each other. He was actually in the military. So he's
disciplined.
He's beast.
Yeah, let's talk about that next. I was leading to.
I forgot the whole part about him.
Yeah.
Because I just see the outcome of his lifestyle.
Yeah.
I met him at that age. He's a few years younger than me. I don't remember what age it was, but I met him at that age. So this is who he was at that moment. I completely forgot about the past. Military.
Yeah.
So working out with him, it was great. I learned a lot with him because besides that,
I still remember.
When we were working out, no. Maybe a year lasted.
Okay.
Maybe about a year.
Oh, and that was 1 year changed the trajectory of your life. No, I say these things on purpose now because people got to understand, like, one person can have a profound effect on you in a positive or a negative way.
Just learning that this stuff exists.
Yes. Yes.
We
Putting it
assume-
on your radar.
Yeah, we assume people know everything, but I had no idea I didn't know self-development. I didn't know those two words together before, like self-development. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Nobody in my circle gave a fuck about it.
Yeah.
So it was like I didn't know about it, nothing. It wasn't on my radar.
Yeah.
And what's funny is that's what the daily domino is. My domino is all about the direction. It's a domino effect. So let's say this direction is self-development, eating good, sleeping good, being healthy, sleep, everything, meditation, and then this is partying. So my domino was in this direction. It fell that direction. Got to get a bottle, got to see who's going to chill, got to see what club, blah, blah. That's the direction. So all my friends' dominoes were falling in that direction. Right. Now that I'm this way, my dominoes fall in this direction. And on this route is where I'm meeting people, like-minded people.
Right.
So that's another thing, another visual for the daily domino. The direction of it. You choose the direction. If you want to be a doctor, you're a kid and you're leaving high school and you want to be a doctor, you got to figure out what are the goals. But this is your route. This is the doctor route. The last domino is
being the doctor.
Yeah,
right.
getting that certificate or whatever, the diploma, whatever it's called. So college and studying and blah, blah, blah. And on that route, all the classmates, everybody's going to be on that doctor mindset. All your friends are going to be in the same exact mindset.
Yeah.
So it's the direction of your domino. Where you drop the domino, it's intentionally dropping your domino in the right direction. You don't want this McDonald's lifestyle no more? All right, let's tip it a little this way. Let's start going to the pizzeria and the deli and let's order some grilled chicken and some salads and shit like that.
Right, and
let's just tip it.
move yourself over, right?
And then eventually, now this is the direction. Now people are fucking with you on this way. Now maybe you're trickling that into your friends' lifestyles. Now they're cutting back on fast food and your family too. Maybe you're not buying it for your kids no more now because you're not going no more. Now everybody's domino switched a little bit just because your domino switched.
Absolutely,
shit like that. But where were we at? We
can, no. We're talking about influence. We're talking about, look, the way he influenced you.
Oh yeah,
is positively, and you have a son who's how old?
I have a daughter. She's turning 18 in 2 months. Just graduated high school.
I only assume son because I have 3 boys, and I think everybody has girls. That's what it is. And yeah, so your youngest is 18. My youngest is 21.
My bad.
And I try to, your parenting style changes as you get more mature. My 30-year-old, he saw intense dad. Like, I was still young,
of course.
So my middle son, because I was married at the time with his mom and all that, he saw a tempered, because my first son, it was, out of wedlock. So all those power struggles that we had and all that kind of spilled into our kid. And I regret that to this day, but I was 20, you know what I'm saying? So at 20, my middle son was me and my wife learned. I've been married 22 years. Me and my wife learning how to develop ourselves and then develop this human, right? He just got married last week and he's moved out already. And then I have my 21-year-old who I feel, so my oldest seen dad on the come up. So he saw the intensity you had to have to get, you had to, whatever. So my youngest one, he hangs out with my oldest one and they have very, very different stories about their dad, right? Which is hilarious to me, but they really get along. And so my youngest, I'm always telling those Pop, I'm trying to be cool. That's always how I started. Trying to be cool with you right now, but and one thing I've noticed is, and this circles back into education, is that he's like, nah, that's not true. I was like, no, that is true. I was telling him about the hood. He grew up in Pelham Bay till he was a certain town and moved in Westchester, he went to Fordham Prep. I went to Lehman High School. The only private school I went to was college. My kids are graduating with no student loans. That was my thing for them. I wanted them to come out without that pressure. I had that pressure. I didn't want that for them. But going back to what you're saying about your domino, I explained to them that college doesn't guarantee success in life. I said, but college, will put you in proximity of other people with values and goals and different families that kind of on the same journey, right? And I said, that's all it is. That's all it is. Because he was like, yo, why don't I just come work for you? I was like, because you have to have your degree. He was like, but you don't need, he got smart enough that he's like, you don't need a degree to do what you do. I was like, I understand that. I said, but I'm not going to dumb it down. It's you would force me to have to turn my neck and go backwards. I was like, if you want to be an asset, be a value. I tried to break down value. I made an educational series for him. But going back to what you said, man, it's we're all trying to self-develop. And I don't care who you are. In 20 years, you may be so much better than you were, but you probably still have some road to go. And I explained that to him. I'm like, hey man, listen, man. Because he has like all the physical attributes I wish I had. Like
My man.
his athleticism. I'm like, yo, man, you don't want to play for the team? He's like, nah, dad. I'm like, motherfucker. I'm all stressed out. And like all my fantasies are fading and shit. I'm like, but the one thing I try to preach to him and to myself is like, find what you like and pursue it. And like going back, I'm 50, right? So the way I grew up in the hood, it was very different. And even the way these younger people interact, it's just very different. Like we would go out, I'll use you. You used to go out to the club. You had to go outside to meet people. Now people are meeting. Listen, I'm not shitting on apps and all that, but niggas are swiping. Like that shit is different. Like to me, it's like alien. It's very alien. But the funny thing is, I met my wife online.
Oh my God.
So to bring it full circle, right? I met my wife online on a website called Mi Gente from back in the day.
I remember Mi Gente.
There you go. Who did it, right? we're not gonna unpack that. So like it just goes to show, like, even if we feel we're like further ahead, there's just so much to go. And then we gotta kind of make it digestible for others.
That's why I created Live Life Weekly. I try to dumb it down to where it's like simple steps.
Yeah.
Just a domino.
Yeah.
Put 12 things you want to do that day. Like simple stuff.
Yeah.
And you could put things on there that you don't want to do that day. Put no McDonald's as the first.
And those are the things you should do first.
Yeah.
Do the hard shit first. Do the hard shit. Get out the way. It's like in the beginning of my career, like when we'd have to deny people, I'd be like, I make every excuse not to call. I'm like, it's 6 o'clock. It's too late. I called them off. Now I look at it this way. Hey, man, or, just using an example. Hey, Mr. Jones, unfortunately, we have to deny it because of this. Now, if we could do this, this, and this, I could turn that denial into an approval. But until we can do that, if we can do that, you let me know. Like, I don't.
That's perfect.
Right. Well, that took years of fucking self-development, bro. In the beginning, I was like, hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, remember, right? So I first got into it. And, the finance and real estate game is not something that Latinos were taught.
Oh,
if we were taught that kind of like in a skeevy, get over on people way. So I got
That's for rich people. That's for rich people.
Yeah, right. So the sales part is what I was taught, and this really goes back to development, because we're going to keep that to the topic of today's podcast.
I like that.
In the beginning, it was like, how do I teach you about wealth if I don't have wealth? How do I teach you about money management if I don't have any money to manage? Because when I first started, I have shit, bro.
Straight up.
So I met clients. I acquired clients that were older than me, that had money. And through those transactions, I started adopting behaviors. I started seeing that. I was like, oh, that's how they move.
Yep.
Oh, that's how they move. Okay. And I started putting that shit down for myself. I'm like, all right, so when I get there, I'm going to do that.
100%.
And so now, I feel like I'm OG. I could tell them, hey, guys, this is not the way I would do this. This is the way I would do this. And I think that's where part of the whole being afraid to call in the beginning, because I didn't really know the reason, because I didn't have shit. So, like, I don't really have it.
Yeah.
But to go back to you with S&Ps and this and that, like, talk about appreciation, like taking your money out of your 401k and paying down your mortgage because you're paying 7% to 3%, like, and breaking 100%. It down. Hey, you see why this makes sense now? 100%. Right? But that's education. Right? That's education. And that's the tough part. Our people, for whatever way, shape, or form, want to be entertained rather than educated.
100%.
And that's right.
Distractions. Yep. That's what it is. It's same as distractions.
Okay.
So distract yourself from what you really need to worry about. It's easy.
Well, why is that? Well, yeah, break that out.
It's kind of like the dopamine.
Okay.
And it's also the sweeping things under the rug.
Right.
You want to sweep the things under the rug that you don't want to worry about. You don't want to think about that, but you want it relaxed. You just got home from work. You don't want to think about that stuff. We turn TV on and swipe at the same time.
Yeah.
Netflix and swiping. Netflix
Actually, it's crazy.
Swiping.
I see my son do that. I can't do that.
Crazy.
On TikTok and watching the show, I'm like, yo, how do you do that, bro? I don't have enough
couple distractions.
Yeah.
And that's the dopamine. Because what's fun? Watching something entertaining, the show that you like, all the people that you follow, seeing the likes you got, seeing what the people you follow, what they're doing. Right. That's the type of dopamine hit. So when people can't shut things off and chill now.
I know.
And that's the whole point of the meditation and shit. And categorizing your mind and silencing the distractions.
How do people usually reach out to you for coaching? Just DMing you?
DM, yep. Okay. Right now I got Live Life Weekly on Instagram.
Okay, I haven't followed that. I'm gonna follow that. And how has been how is the reception? Like, it's not
easy.
Well, let me go into what I was gonna say, and then you go into it. All right. So I'm not a life coach. I'm a businessman, and what I do is I document my business, and I like to meet people of interest to me, right? This is what I do. But people always ask questions, right? Because I look a certain way, I drive a certain car, I live in a certain place. Well, how do you do that? And I make it very simple. This is what you have to do. And it's always met with some sort of disbelief. Like somebody had to put you on. I was like, no, I'm like, absolutely. I've told my story. I've like, somebody approached me to show me I had a real estate broker and he needed me to go into the neighborhood and I did it and I kind of started understanding it. And instead of being like jaded and upset saying somebody's exploiting me, I was like, yo, how do I do this shit for me? Like, I'm a rock for you, but I'm going to learn enough so I could do it on my own, right? So that was always and is always my attitude. Whenever I walk into a room, it's never like, oh, who's going to get over? I'm like, all right, how are we working together? Going back to CEOs, right? What's my position, right? All right, that's my position. That's what I'm doing. All right, cool. But I'm watching everything. Right? I want to learn, right? But if people had that attitude, there's always like, for some reason, and you give me your take on it, our people are always fucking pessimistic. Why is that? Is that because they grew up poor? Because I grew up poor too, and I just changed that shit.
Yeah, me too.
So I don't understand. Like I've done it. I'm telling you how to do it, but you don't believe me. Why is that? Go ahead. You break it down for me.
I think they need to see a Lamborghini on your Instagram page. That's lit. Like how sad that sounds.
Yeah.
Like that's why some salesmen do that. They show all these accolades, or else they're not going to believe.
Bro, I drive an Alpina. I drive a decent car. I've had kids come to me, yo, I want to, you know what you're doing. You have this. I'm like, all right, but this is what it takes. Nah, Joe.
Fear.
Fear what? You don't got shit
Fear
anyway.
Failure.
You don't got shit.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It's usually some type of fear.
Yeah, man. I mean, but like, you
fear
have
has your
shit.
back. Yeah.
What do you have shit? So, yo, dedicate yourself. Going back to that kid, yo, man, I want to be around. All right, bet. Show up Thursday. I can't.
Imposter syndrome too.
See, that I struggled with for a second, and then I understood. This was me talking to myself, right?
Yeah, was that in the beginning too?
This was the one moment I felt for a second like an imposter is when we had moved to Westchester, where I live now. And I live in a nice area and in a tennis community. My backyard is a golf course. And I go to not the bodega, but it's like it's like a store where like there's fresh vegetables. A farm. No, it's like a farm.
Oh, okay.
I pull up. I see Joe Torre there from the Yankees.
Nice.
Right. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, do I belong? And nobody. Look, let me be very clear. There's not many people that look like me in my neighborhood. And and I'm not saying that
you made it.
I'm not even. I'm just saying that I was like, but we all belong, right? Yeah. I got a mortgage. I qualified for a mortgage. I'm not gonna put my numbers out, but I put money down. Like nobody, I didn't inherit it. Like if anything, I am more qualified than most of these people here. And that was the conversation. And then let me flip this into something else. We need us to be there for us because I had a friend of mine who recently closed on his boathouse. I'm calling his boathouse.
Nice.
And he's like, yo, he's in law enforcement. He's pretty high up. And he's like, yo, my neighbors. He says something kind of like they're going to question why I'm there. And I know what that sounds like because that was there. Yeah. I was like, yo, bro, no, hold on, nigga. I'm like, no, you belong there. You fucking, like I told him, like I looked him in his face, I said, you fucking belong there. Yeah. You belong. You bought that house. You put out money. You work. You make more than my, please. And he's like, I needed that. Because, no, but bro.
I needed that.
As we ascend, and hear me now, because it'll happen to you if you keep moving. There'll be less and less people that look like you, and that's okay.
100%.
That's okay, because as long as you bring value, and you're a person of worth.
I've been in those rooms.
Okay. Yeah. So then you know what I'm talking about.
In these networking events,
okay.
100%. Less and less and less. The bigger the networking event, the less of us is in the room. 100%.
Right. Yeah. So have you felt imposter syndrome at certain times?
The beautiful thing about my self-development is I learned to separate myself from my mind.
That's a big statement.
That's what I try to teach is we have three bodies, the mental body, the physical body, and the spiritual body.
Okay.
The spiritual body is the awareness.
Okay.
Like the meditation is done from us.
From the spiritual body.
Not from the mind.
Right.
So the mind is an accumulation of all the information we gather throughout our whole lives. It's like a memory card.
Okay.
We only store what we've seen, heard, everything we ingested through our five senses.
Okay.
That's what's stuck in our mind right now.
Okay.
The us, who we are, we can detach ourselves from our minds and look at it and say, I'm reacting this way because of this. And that's what I try to teach. We are not our mind. It's just an accumulation of everything. So every feeling, every reaction, every thought, everything that's happening, it's not you. You are the one aware of that reaction. That made your heart feel, that hurt you a little bit. What in your mind structured that action to react that way? Something in your mind caused that feeling.
Something was triggered, right?
Yeah.
Or something was triggered.
So now that I see life this way, maybe years ago I did feel that. I can't remember. I can't pinpoint it.
Because you went 180.
Yeah,
you went 180 from being
Straight up,
like
yeah.
in the mix of, no offense, of doing nothing
Yeah,
constructive, right? To now you're 180 being constructive.
Yep.
But now you might see people that are maybe a longer ahead or more ahead than you are. And you're like, yo, but the truth of the matter is that you're putting your one foot in front of the other every day.
It's the awareness of, I'm in this room for a reason.
Okay.
Maybe one person in this entire room invited me, but I'm here because I was invited.
Right.
So I never feel any type of imposter syndrome. I separate I try because nobody's perfect.
Right.
I try to separate my mind from me, and I try to watch my mind. My mind is 1 foot in front of me. I'm watching my mind react to everything. That's how I try to live my life.
Wow.
So everything that's happening, why am I reacting this way? Why am I here? Why? And I'm looking at my mind. Oh, it's because this trickled here. So people ask me, how'd you get invited? Or how'd you meet? I'm like, I got to think back. All right, so I had so-and-so on my podcast. They invited me here. Then I met this person. But now I run down the whole thing. Like, that's how I'm here. That's why I'm here. I don't know nobody else here, but that podcast I did 2 years ago led me to meet like 4 people. And I got invited here now. Now that's why I'm in this fucking rich-ass event. Nice. I go to these fundraisers, people dropping hundreds of thousands, and with the paddles, and I just sit there like, wow. Like, I can't believe I'm in this room right now.
Yeah.
Like, I never seen people just drop.
It's boggling. Sometimes.
But when you're educated and it's good for taxes and stuff. That's why people just throw these monies at.
Well, listen, the more you make, the more you got to try to shelter yourself. That's what it is, and that's a gem for you guys.
You have to blow money.
It's a gem for you guys.
You can't leave money in the bank sitting there.
Right.
The banks like that. The government likes that.
Yeah. Especially if you make explosive money. Like, I mean, I don't want to get into a real estate sermon, but like buying properties is a tax shelter. That's why I do it. Like, it's not because I want to flex, because going back to what you said, you have tenants that don't pay, you have fires, you have floods, you have there's shit that is not sexy, right?
100%.
But my big picture, because I know how I want to move financially, I need that.
100%.
I need that. If not, I'm just gonna get back to the government. So I got to try to shield myself and minimize my tax payment. Like,
100%.
I'm not saying not pay taxes, I say minimize.
Absolutely.
In case somebody wants to call me about the IRS. But
there's so many laws and so many rules that we can maneuver to help us, 100%.
Yeah.
But then, people say, oh, the rich people don't pay taxes. They're just using the tax code to their benefit.
Yeah.
It's there for everybody.
Well, usually, listen, even going back to you, right? Yeah. Going back as a CEO, and I'm not saying you did anything wrong, but if you would have capped out, what's your max payout? Like, what's the max they make?
I'm not even sure. Let's say it's 80,000 a year.
It's like 80,000 a year plus overtime, probably 150.
And I try to never do overtime. I like to get the hell up.
But regular people, like people that are just pursuing.
People make 200, over 200. That's crazy. Let's say 150 on average.
Let's say 150, but you don't see 150 because you get taxed really heavily.
Especially the more overtime you do.
Right. Well, I want to get to that.
So you work 8 hours extra,
hard,
okay?
but seeing it's called a point of diminishing return, right? You put more effort in and see less.
Yep.
Right, and that becomes the game. Like, some guy, like I was on the Off the Experience podcast, right?
Yes.
And I was like, they were like, when I was 21, I had 3 jobs. I was working as a doorman. I was working as a waiter on the weekends, and I was a personal trainer in the morning. Why? I had a baby at 19. I wanted to finish college. My mother didn't have it. And he was like, yeah, but I always thought that if you have 2 jobs, it'll never make you rich. I was like, the jobs won't make you rich. But if they help you accumulate enough money so you can do something with that money, that is the step. That's the part I want people to understand, because they're like, it's a working man's a sucker. No. If you have a plan.
I used to say that all the time. I still do it. Working man's a sucker, guy. Bro, still.
Well, we all working. We all working, man. Like, I saw Chaz Palminteri in Bronxville the other day. He's going to be on the podcast.
Nice.
No, he's not. No. He was like.
Speaking of his sister,
he's like, you sure? He's older. Like, he's like, you sure? I was like, bro, it would be really good for you. I was telling him. He's like, all right, hit me up. And my son, he's like, Dad, just like that. I was like, yeah, like that.
I should have shot.
We're just regular people.
100%.
He's about to have dinner with his girl, his wife, whatever. I'm walking with my son.
That brings up a good point in my mind, where people say it's luck, but it's not luck. It's being prepared in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
you could have bumped into him and had no podcast. All you could say was, hey, I like your movies, bro.
Yeah.
Seeing you, let me get a selfie.
Yeah.
But now you have something to say. You have a podcast. I would love to have you on. It'll benefit both of us.
Yeah.
Now you're prepared.
Yeah.
You would have had them all. People say, you got jazz? Oh, you're lucky. No, I was prepared. And then when the opportunity arose,
I was ready. Yeah,
that's it.
Absolutely.
It's not luck. It's never luck. It's preparation.
Yeah.
5 P's. You know the 5 P's?
No, go ahead.
Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Listen, man.
Yeah, man.
I say this to say that our people, and I don't mean everybody because I don't know everybody, right? But the people I've been around, especially when I was on the come up, you know, I'm still friends with some guys. And we're very different.
Of course.
And they're like, yo, how you did it? I was like, yo, man, this is what I did. But it seemed so hard. I was like, it was. But I had a clear vision of where I wanted to be. And this wasn't it. I was like, food stamp, Section 8, this was not. I was a kid when my mom, I was like, this sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we got one TV. We got like, I'm living in the living room by myself. I'm like, this ain't it. So I just, I was, you know, as a kid, I didn't know anybody with money, but I knew this wasn't it. I was like, this can't be it. When you watch the TV, you're like, these guys got their own rooms. Like, you know, little shit like that, shit like that. Like,
100%.
I'm looking out, the trains fucking passing my bedroom at night. My head hurts. I'm like, this sucks. So took that motivation and I just moved away, right? I moved that way. And what I like about it, like I've had a kid who worked for me. Shout out to Xavier. Well, he hit me up. He started work for me, and then he said, yo, you know, I've been watching you. And he's like, I'm going back to school.
Nice.
He's like, I'm going to work with you, but he's like, you got the kid, you got this, you went to school. Because I had told him, I said, nobody can take away your mental. So I was like, the better you are mentally, you can adapt that shit to anything. Going 100%. Back, you know, like I was like, because it's rare for people that come from little economic means to have access to people that can think bigger. Because they're not around that. Because my mother was working 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. at night, matándose.
Yep.
So she didn't have time to be a mother. So I had to kind of figure it out. And as I met people of financial status, the one thing I noticed, they were like mad calm. They were always like, shit, everything was chill. There was no...
They got life in order.
Yeah, that shit wasn't crazy. They were like, yeah, you know, they'll be fine. I'm like, will it? Meanwhile, you know, I grew up around like, oh my God, the rent's due, this.
Fear.
Oh my God, the phone bill. Oh my God, the food. Oh my God, everything was oh my God. I was like, yo, man, when's this guy showing up? Because this shit sucks.
It's the fear.
Right, but going back to then start seeing a change of perspective, you're like, all right. I don't know how he did it, but his shit seems cool. Right. And I forgot who I was talking to. He said, you know, thinking is a rich man's luxury. Right. So I had to give myself time to think. Like I got into sales and I started making enough money where I was like, I wasn't waiting for the next check. And I was like, all right, what's my next move? Right. Like I could do this. I could do $1 million a year. Like, or I could do more than $1 million a year. But what's the end goal? Because you can't do it the whole life. You can't be chasing the check forever. You got to kind of figure out where you're going to be. So I think people getting a domino a day is a great way to make it very digestible for the masses.
100%.
And I commend you.
Thank you. I created a few tools just to make it simple, actionable steps.
Yeah.
And it's Live Life Weekly. Worry about the week. Just do what you need to do for the week. Another tool I created, I don't want to get too deep into it, but it's a cabinet with 3 drawers. The top drawer is the weekly drawer. Just worry about the things you need to worry about. The second drawer is the next year, things you have to worry about the next 12 months, and the bottom drawer is lifelong things, big goals, whatever, career goals, spirituality, whatever, like deep, long-term things. So once you categorize your life in those three drawers, now just worry about the top drawer. The other year and the life is good.
Right.
You categorized it, you organized it, it's accounted for. But let's just worry about this week. What do you got to do this week? You got a doctor's appointment on Thursday. You got to tell your boss you need to take some time off or anything. You want to eat better. You want to exercise. Maybe exercise these 2 days when you have time. Eat this. Don't eat that. Fast on Friday. You know, little things. Just worry about the week. Kill this week.
I like that.
And then Sunday, regenerate a new daily domino for the next day and kill that week.
I've had a couple people on my show that have gone to AA, and their thing is one day at a time.
Yeah.
I fuck with that. I'm like, yo, man, because in my industry, shit could fall apart real fast. And then you'd be like, man. But I'm like, all right, man, let me just deal with today. And then, you know, I like in the beginning of my career, I couldn't do this. And now I've gotten a lot better at it. Where at a certain time, I shut it off. And I will not let it, or I try not to, right? I try not to let it affect the other parts of my life. That's hard because you tend to feel this image of yourself of who you're supposed to be as a provider, as a this, as a that, whatever. And if you feel like you're not living up to that, you start fucking yourself up, and then everybody becomes irritating, right? Because you're like, because you're fucked up, right? Like
100%.
But you gotta know that, right? Like
100%.
sometimes like people will be like, oh, why, why was he an alcoholic? Because you don't want to look at today. And now you were partying, but there's other people who use alcohol to not remember the day.
100%.
They just want to put that shit behind themselves. And
sweep it under the rug.
Right.
Yo, but that rug piles up, man.
Right. Eventually it becomes too slow.
Yeah. And that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you do mushrooms and that rug flies off. We're going to do, oh my God. It's over.
Our next podcast is going to be us doing mushrooms.
Oh. Have you ever?
No.
Are you interested?
No.
Into psychedelics, anything like
No,
that? Nothing?
no. My father was an addict, so
Okay.
I don't mess with that stuff.
But it's not a drug. That's the thing.
I know.
It's so different from.
I know, but it has such an addictive personality. Like whatever I do.
Oh, you mean you? Okay.
Yeah, whatever I do, I do. And like, oh, I do this now.
Yeah,
Then I become that guy.
I hear you.
All right,
So slow down a couple things.
Go ahead.
Comfort is a big thing that holds people back too. I don't want to interrupt earlier when
No,
you
of
were
course.
dropping some gems, but comfort too. Like when you're saying Section 8 and
Yeah.
food stamps, that's the comfort.
Yeah.
Like we don't need
insurance.
more. We got everything we need. We're good, and we can go on vacation. We can
Until you pull the rug over and you say, hey, you can't make more than this, or you don't qualify. I know I'm getting into big economics right now.
But it's that comfort.
Yeah.
Like you're poor, but we got you everything you need. You got food, shelter.
So stay poor.
Good. Yeah, exactly.
That's the statement I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the statement.
So the fear to go out of the comfort is what holds people back.
Oh, I got one better for you. My mother's thing, she passed away last year. My mother's like, oh, get a job, get health insurance. I was like, Ma, health insurance can be $4,000 a month for a family of 4. I know what it costs. I'd like to make a lot more than that, but I know what it costs. Oh, you're being an asshole. I'm like, I'm not being an asshole, Ma. I was like, but that's just the way I think. But she came from Puerto Rico, from the island, not speaking English. So she's just like, whatever we have, let's just be happy to have.
Absolutely.
Right. So that was where our divergence came, and whatever. What else you got?
And then one more thing. In the beginning of my self-development, I started looking at the most successful people in general, the most successful people in different walks of life.
Okay.
And just do what they do.
Right.
Literally, just do what they do. If the successful people that, let's say it's to be a doctor. It's a kind of a bad example because you got to go to school and stuff. But if you have a doctor in your family that's successful and you want their lifestyle, the house they got, the car they got, so you want to be a doctor because of that, follow the steps they took, which is simple. Of course, it's college, get a job, do what you got to do. And then when I was looking into meditation, I was like, who are the most, who are people
successful
that are
meditators?
Yeah, who is mainly known for, actually, who's the most peaceful people on earth is what I was looking into. Because I started, when I learned about peace, I was like, I'm like, who's at the core of this shit?
Yeah.
And it's monks that meditate all day.
Yeah.
Because they're in the present moment all day,
Buddhist
every
monks.
day. Yeah.
You know anything about Buddhism?
Yes, I do.
About
I love it.
Being detached from everything?
Yes.
My wife and I, we we research. And not to say, I heard you say you love it, and I don't not love it. I told her, I was like, if I'm disattached from everything, I don't care about anything. And that doesn't resonate with me because I care.
But care in what sense, though? Because you're not supposed to over care about anything.
I know, but like your kids, right? Like,
I care about their safety and stuff like that. We'll never be disattached that far.
I'm saying it's too hard.
But it's mainly, I think, physical things.
Oh, okay. Like material things?
Everything. Yeah. All the stuff that doesn't matter. Your family is the number one thing that matters. I doubt they would ever say to detach from that.
But mostly monks are single.
Yeah.
Right? Like
they're extreme peace. That's extreme peace.
Yeah,
they don't put themselves in any uncomfortable situations.
Right.
Yeah, that's why they're mainly at peace. They're literally they be laughing too. They eat one meal a day. That's another thing to open my mind up to the intermittent fasting. Yeah, I'm like they're the happiest, and they eat at lunchtime. I like eating around dinner time.
Okay,
but it doesn't matter what time of day it is, as long as you're giving your body the break.
Right. And you eat one meal a day?
Yeah, I try. Most days I'm doing 2, but on a great day I'm doing 1.
What about when you're doing the food reviews? They count.
I try to do.
They count the meal.
That's just 1.
So you eat the whole meal.
Sometimes they gave me 2 meals and an appetizer. I eat it all.
I'm like, I was taking bites,
but
not the whole thing because it's like too much.
Yeah. Sometimes I take it all down. It's not, I'll take it home later, and then that'll count as 2 meals because it'll be like 4 hours later I'll eat the rest.
Okay.
So that'll be like 2 meals.
Okay.
So most days I do 2, but my best days are 1 meal. That's when I feel the best.
Really? Okay.
Hit the sauna, exercise a little bit. Had 1 meal.
Yeah.
Cold shower.
Yo, Fran, this is a great podcast, man. I really feel like I think you're part of my tribe now. I like you. Yeah, I like you. Yeah,
I need tribe.
absolutely, man. Absolutely. If people want to get to you, please look in the camera. Tell them where to go.
All right, so I got a lot going on, but
He is busy.
the core of everything is FranJez, FranJez. You can find me literally everywhere as FranJez. FranJez.com has all my stuff. My podcast airs every Wednesday, 6 p.m. I'm up to episode 114, comes out this week. And Live Life Weekly, literally spelled just like that, Live Life Weekly. You can find that pretty much everywhere. I got a YouTube, I got x.com, I got a Twitter, I got the x.com is Twitter. TikTok, Instagram. Those are the main ones I care about. And I would like for everybody to just hone in on what really matters. Your mind is not you. Be aware of your mind. Your mind is reacting to everything. One last gem I would love to drop is our eyes are not like cameras. We're not just seeing the world. We're seeing the world through our perspective. Everything makes sense to us that makes sense to us. And things that bother us is because it's not the way our perspective transfers it to our mind. So what we're seeing gets translated through our perspective, through the mind we have gathered. So me seeing this camera, I'm saying, oh, that's a nice A7, that's a nice Sony, blah, blah, blah. But that's my mind just processing this. Other people say, oh, it's just a black camera in front of me. It's just the way your perception works is how you take the whole world in. So try to change your perspective on how you see the world, and everything's much more at peace.
And even add to that, try to change your perspective of how you see other people.
Yeah, everything.
Right? Yeah.
People and everything. Absolutely. Change your perspective, change your life.
With me, askluisomar on all platforms. You know what it is. Real with Omar. Keeping it real, always real, whatever you need. Thank you.
Amazing.